Every woodworking shop needs lumber storage, and I'm going to talk a little bit about my lumber storage. It's all shop made from readily available materials. Behind me is the storage, and it will hold boards that are 14 feet long. The space between the bays is 20 inches, and the support arms are 20 inches long. So it's composed of 3 elements. There are stanchions, which are the uprights here, that are bolted into the frame of the building with lag screws. There are these support arms, which fit into the stanchions. And then there are base shoes that the stanchions tie into on the bottom, and any weight that's not carried by the building will be transferred down to the floor. The stanchions are basically a series of constructed mortises, and the arms are basically constructed haunched tenons in woodworking terms. And I'm going to tear one piece of it apart so you can see how we did it. I got this design from a woodworking book, and I think the first one I saw was 100 years old. But the key is that all of the weight is transferred to the building itself. So each one of these bays will hold about 300 board feet of lumber. And so I've had these completely filled, so there's several tons of material at times, and so it needs to be pretty sturdy. So I've pulled one of these apart. Here you can see the stanchion, and it's constructed so there are mortises that are constructed rather than machined at intervals where I want the support arms. Here's one of the support arms, and you can see that the support arm is also made in 3 pieces. This is the stanchion, and these are constructed again, but this is the tenon that will go into this mortise, and these side plates make it a haunched tenon. So there's a bolt that goes through it, and then also additional screws. The stanchions are made by screwing and gluing the 3 pieces together. This centerpiece and the tenon are exactly the same size. So this is how it works. A pretty tight fit. And then I take a bolt, and these holes were bored through once the support arm was in, and then there's a 9/16 bolt that goes through it. The stanchion is lag screwed directly into the framing of the building. So I'm going to tighten this up real quick. And one of the challenges was getting all of these, the support arms at the exact same height so that the lumber would have a flat surface to sit on. And then I used these small square drive deck screws to kind of belt and suspenders, tighten them up, and also it helped fine tune the height. So drill those in, screw them in rather.
Okay, so the third component was that base shoe that I showed you before. And base shoe obviously meant to go on the floor, and I epoxied them to the floor, and this was a cutout here, so this central piece would again slip into the mortise, so this became the dado. These also provide a place for the lumber to sit off the floor, and any weight that's not carried by the framing of the building by the stanchions would be transferred to this.
There's 25 or so of the support arms and 5 or 6 of the base shoes. It was all done pretty inexpensively. All the material was scrap left over from a project. The centerpiece of this is just poplar. The sides are some scrap Baltic birch. The stanchions are constructed of some soft maple, which I got a really good deal on. So all in all, there's just a couple $100 worth of material.
And a lot of labor. So, as I think I mentioned, each one of these, I think I said it was 20 inches, it's actually 12 from here to here, with one of the bays full. It's about a little north of 300 board feet of lumber, so it's a pretty efficient system. Support arms also serve an additional function in that this level of support arms allowed me to build in-feed and out-feed tables from a chop saw. There's plenty sturdy, and then there is dust collection piping running underneath in brackets, again tied to the stanchions. Here are the base shoes that are tied in. Here's one of the finished ones where the centerpiece is actually a constructed dado that goes in, and there's a bolt there. So that's about it. Thanks for watching.